Hey, Speedway fans, sorry, I was just a little late on that. I forgot to press record. A lot of things I forget to do, and at least I remembered to turn on the mic this time. Welcome, everyone, to episode 21 of Speedway Chat Live, coming to you this Thursday night, August 24th, 2023, from a lovely and sunny Southern California to around the world. I'm your host, Ken McKinney, your Extreme Speedway Racing Action XSRA.TV Speedway producer. Thanks for joining me here on episode 21. On this episode, we'll get into round 3 of the AMA National Speedway Championship that will be held up in Auburn, California at the Gold Country Fairgrounds, September 16th. And to let you know, XSRA.TV will be pushing a live pay-per-view live stream from that event this year again as well. So if you can't make it to the track, you could bring the track to you on XSRA.TV. More on that later. So tonight, I want to welcome into the chat number 5, Max Ruml, the current points leader of the 3-round series. He was the winner of round 2 that was held at Industry Hills Speedway just earlier this August. He's also the current and 3-time California state champion and holds the 2022 U.S. National Speedway Championship at Costa Mesa Speedway. We're going to talk to him about all of his accomplishments and how he's got a lot to defend in this next month of racing. He's got a target on his back for sure. Then I'm going to also, at the same time, welcome number 46, Aaron Fox, to the chat. He is a 2-time U.S. National Speedway champion. He finished 3rd overall at the 2022 AMA National Speedway Championships, and he'll bring his professional perspective about the AMA National Speedway Championships and the California State Speedway Championships and more. You know, he finished 2nd at the California State Speedway Championships last year, and he's got a lot of racing experience, and I'm so happy that he's going to join the podcast as well. All that and more coming, so stick around. Here's an intro. As he smoked the track with Billy Janniro riding excellent.
XSRA TV, watch Speedway, Southern California, yeah!
Watch American Speedway at XSRA.TV.
Hello, I'm from Bogota. Hello, Speedway fans from America.
All right, let's get into that. Hey, getting a hello from Artem Laguta and having the 1993 world champion Sam Ermolenko tell you to watch XSRA.TV. Thank you very much, gentlemen. All right, we are here on episode 21 of Speedway Chat Live, and we're going to get into some Speedway news. I always like to do a little bit of news about what has happened and what might be coming up so that all of you know what you need to do to get your asses to the track. All right, so first of all, I get all of my information from SpeedwayBikes.com. Yes, it's hosted by R.C. Jones, originally from Buena Park, California, where I'm from. And it's full of scheduled races, race reports, racer biographies, and more. It's a great site. I recommend everyone visit it for all things Speedway. Okay, Speedway fans, let's get into some news. Industry Hills Speedway will be hosting the 46th. Where is that? Let me do that. Here. We got Industry Hills Speedway. You see all those races that they did there? They're going to be hosting the 46th running of the California State Speedway Championships. I went to the Industry Hills Speedway just earlier this week and met with Kelly Inman when I was walking around on the track. Let's go to that tape and hear from Kelly Inman right now. Where is it? Right there. The sun is going down and I'm here at the Industry Hills Speedway. As you can see, they're getting the track ready for the big event this Saturday night. Will be the California State Championships. California State Speedway Championships. And just came down here to see how it is. And look over there, it's Kelly Inman working on the track. I bet he sleeps here. Kelly, hey, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Very good. Hey, I just came here to check you out because check out the arena here, because this weekend is the big California State Speedway Championship.
Yeah, 46th running of it. So we're pretty excited, and it's our season finale.
Season finale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty good year. You know, we obviously went to some Saturdays also. We had 6 Saturdays and 4 Wednesdays this year. Typically we're Wednesday nights. You know, the Saturdays saved my butt, I can tell you that.
Well, you definitely had a great series of races out here. You had like 10 races.
Yeah, our first night, June 3rd, was the AMA qualifier to get into the series, the 2023 series this year.
That's right.
And then on June 10th was the Connor Penhall Memorial Cup.
Very good. And then you've had a bunch of races out here so far. You also had a Bruce Flanders Ugly Shirt Night. I was here. A lot of people were out here for that local favorite race.
Yeah, the Ugly Hawaiian Shirt Night. You know, fans love it, and you know, the ugliest Hawaiian shirt gets a trophy or plaques or tickets, or you know, everybody likes it. It's a fun night, paying tribute to the best that there ever was.
Yeah, and you've had a Harley night, couple Harley nights out here. You had the Junior Kurtz Memorial Cup just last Wednesday. You've had some fun nights out here, but you've done some really important nights. You had the National Speedway Series out here, round 2, which Max Ruml took.
It was a good night. It's always a good one for us, you know. The second round really sets the pace for the final, which is coming September 16th at Auburn, Fast Fridays.
That's right.
And that's going to be a really good event for people to get to.
But in the meantime, I'll tell you, and we can tell them, XSRA.TV will be live streaming from Auburn's Fast Fridays Motorcycle Speedway. Will be putting out for a pay-per-view stream for round 3 and the finals of the AMA National Speedway Championship Series.
Yeah, which is really good. You know, it's, if you aren't going to be there at Auburn, which is what we want to see, a packed house, you know, definitely. The ones that can't make it, make sure you tune in, because you don't want to miss out on the racing that's going to happen. There's a lot on the line. That's
right. The points are pretty tight, but like I say, if you can't make it to the track, bring the track to you on XSRA.TV. But yeah, it's going to be a wonderful thing, and more information about that coming later. Thank you very much. But this Saturday, everybody needs to be here, August 26th. For the, tell them, Kelly.
It's the 46th running of the California State Championship. You know, with Max, Dylan, Janniro,
Slater Lightcap.
You know, yeah, Slater's really been pushing it. Been a lot of the main events here.
Yes, he has.
You know, Austin. There's. You know, with Brock and these guys thrown in, Louis Merceroli from Northern California, he goes really good here, you know, super good guy.
Yeah. He likes his track.
I think he's been on the podium every night he's here, and he's really good to watch.
Yeah.
It's going to be some really good racing.
But
so
Max
everybody's got to
Ruml
be
will
here.
be defending his title, right?
Yeah.
So Max is going to be on there with a target on his back. He's the California State champ, and I think he's been racing very well, despite having Dylan and Brock back, and then with Billy Janniro always being dominant, and then Slater Lightcap really improving and doing some really good racing this year. And then you, like you said, you got Louis Merceroli, who runs really well on this track too. So what do you have to do before you get everything on? I don't tell everybody.
Well, it's a brand new track again. After Wednesday, we had to tear down and had an event this weekend.
Well, you've had a great season out here. 10 races. Congratulations on everything you did with Speedway and the Speedway community out here this year. I know everybody is happy and proud and thankful that you were able to do that for everybody in the community.
It's great. These people here at City of Industry, all of them here at Industry Hills Expo Center, they're 110% behind Speedway. You know, they want it to happen and flourish, and they've proven that year after year after year in doing what they do for me, you know. And
so we'll see you here the next season?
Right now, that's the plan, you know. I mean, I have to come back. The city did a proclamation.
That's right. You got a proclamation this season. That's right.
Yeah, which was I was floored to get called up for that. And
Kelly Inman Day.
Yeah, July 1st. That's something else.
Yes.
Pretty honored for that, and I'll forever be in debt to the city and the community. You know, we got a lot of good stuff planned here for sure.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Kelly, for joining me here in your house.
Yeah.
Or letting me in.
It's our house. It's I just get to work here after I go to finish my regular job. I come to my next job.
We're all doing it. All right. Well, thank you very much. And you are, everybody, get your asses to the track.
Appreciate it. See you at the track.
Fantastic. Fantastic, Kelly Inman. Very lot of work that he's put into that track this season. That's 2 seasons in a row that he's been running it on his own, and he's been doing a great job. Like he said, last Wednesday, August 16th, was the Junior Kurtz Memorial Cup, a fast night that was won by Max Ruml. Brock Nickel took second. Slater, Lightcap, was third, and Dylan Rummel, returning after an off-track injury, was in 4th place. But I understand he's getting himself feeling better, and I know he's hungry to get some wins, especially towards the later part of the season. But Max is just tearing up the track out there. Anyone who's been out there has been impressed. We'll have Max on the podcast just a little bit after the news. And then we're going to go to Costa Mesa Speedway right now, because the racing will continue on September 9th for their last Harley night of the season. Last Saturday was August 12th was the Costa Mesa Speedway's 51st running of the Speedway Fair Derby, one of the longest running Speedway events in Southern California. Brock Nickel took the main event over there. He's had a couple, I think that's his 3rd one out there, blazing a perfect night of racing. He will finally have his name on the legendary Sonny Nutter Straw Hat Trophy. I do have some video of that right here. It's going to drop on the YouTube channel tomorrow for you all to watch. But here's the main event from the Speedway Fair Derby last Saturday. This is an XSRA.TV Speedway Race Report. Time for the main event at the 49th Annual Speedway Fair Derby at Costa Mesa Speedway. Brock Nickel in lane 1, undefeated all night and wanting to get his first Fair Derby win. Max Ruml, lane 2. Billy Janniro in lane 4. Both have won this trophy before. And Austin Novarado in lane 2, last year's Fair Derby winner. All hungry racers wanting this win. Tape up Nickel from the pole with a quick start. Janniro off the wall on the outside. Ruml on Nickel's line. In the back straight, Janniro takes second into the back turns. Into lap 2, Ruml and Janniro. Pushing low inside, Ruml gets high-sided by the berm. Janniro takes second. Novarado takes third. Into lap 3, Nickel, Janniro, Novarado, and Ruml. Novarado falls off his bike into turn 1. Ruml with nowhere to go. They hit. Oh, man. They're up. Novarado holding his right hand. He checks Max. Max seems fine. This is a dangerous sport, folks. Let's see that again. Into lap 3, Austin Novarado chasing down Billy Janniro. He lays back into turn 1 and his leg comes off the bike and he goes down. And nowhere to go, Ruml slides into his bike and caroms off into the dirt. Riding like Kelly Jellyman Moran isn't easy, folks. Austin Novarado is the closest to his style we've seen in years. Fortunately, Novarado walked away, but it looks as though he hurt his throttle hand. That's the same hand he hurt in turn 1 at round 1 of the AMA National Speedway Championship last June in Bakersfield. He'll need to have that looked at.
Max has nowhere to go, and he laid the motorcycle down, but he's left his knob.
And they call the race. 1 lap to go. The leader of the race was Brock Nickel. Brock Nickel wins the 49th annual Speedway Fair Derby here at Costa Mesa Speedway. There you go. Brock Nickel won that by default, but he got the win just as well. It's a scary accident over there. Max had nowhere to go. Austin, he rides so much on the ragged edge. Sometimes I can't believe the way the guy rides, but he's really one of those guys that once he turns it on, he turns it on. So we'll have Max on just a little bit to talk about that, but you want to see more about what's going on at Costa Mesa Speedway, check them out at costamesaspeedway.net, because they will be having towards the end of September the U.S. Nationals, U.S. Speedway Nationals over there, which Max is the current Speedway champion over there. So get out there. Don't be scared.
Costa Mesa Speedway, don't be scared.
Like Brad says, Costa Mesa Speedway, don't be spared. All right. Don't be scared, that is. All right, now we're going to get into, that was Costa Mesa Speedway, but now we're going to look at some of the races that are going to be going on out at Auburn, California's Fast Fridays Motorcycle Speedway. It's moved the remainder of its racing for the 2023 Speedway season, the Saturday nights at the Gold Country Fairgrounds in support of Friday Night Football. That's a tough challenge to get people out. They want to go support their football team. So Dave has moved a lot of the races to the to Saturday nights. And last August 19th was the Fast Fridays track championship with 16 rider turnout. Some of the best in American Speedway racing. Here's a picture of the guys right there. Brock Nickel beat out the others for the 2023 track championship. He had a great night with only 1 second place finish, and they came out on top with 14 points. Dylan Rummel had 13 points, and the runoff between Billy Janniro and Louis Merceroli with 12 points went to Billy Janniro. So it was a really good event out there. We're going to bring on Max and Aaron to talk about that. But I also want to let you know about this September 16th, rounds 3 and the finals. I'll say it again. The AMA National Speedway Championship finals are going to be pushed on a pay-per-view live stream this season once again. And I'm very pleased to do it. Thank you, Dave Joyner, for allowing this to happen, because I know there's a lot of Speedway fans that are down south here in Southern California that just probably cannot make the trip. And then there's a whole host of them all around the country and the world that want to see who is going to be the AMA National Speedway Champion for 2023. So like I said, like I always say, if you can't make it to the track, bring the track to you on xsra.tv. We'll have more information after the podcast soon. So mark your calendars, September 16th for the 2023 AMA National Speedway Championships. And for more information on that, check the Fast Fridays website at fastfridays.com. Also on September 16th, Steve Evans will be hosting a flat track event out at his track. It'll be a flat track doubleheader. It'll be a Extreme Speedway championship, sidecar championship. I like the way he used extreme. So if you can't get out to Bakersfield for that, if you can get out to Bakersfield for that event, he's got a great event planned for you. But also remember, you can watch xsra.tv on the track. So while you're watching whatever Steve is putting on, you can also watch the AMA National Speedway Championship from our live stream on your cell phone or in your tablet, or on any, if you want to bring your computer up there as well, you can watch it on there. So more on that on xsra.tv. We'll see you soon. Oop. I got no sound. Can't hear you. I got, do I got no sound? Can't you hear me? Anyway, let's see. I'll talk a little louder. All right, I'm gonna say okay. Yeah, you guys are. I'm gonna bring you guys on right now. All right, so I was gonna talk about some other stuff, but I'm gonna bring in. There's Aaron Fox right there. Aaron, can you hear me?
Sure can.
Fantastic. I think Max is still working with his audio. Max, jump in. Max, can you hear me? I can't hear you. Turn on your unmute your mic. No. I could hear you before when we tested. Try it again. Jump back out and reset it and jump back in. Here, I'll send you a message right here. Check your audio. Check your audio, Max. I can't hear you, but I can hear Aaron. Right, Aaron?
Correct.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out. Max, try it one more time. Let's get back into some Speedway news. For all you East Coast fans, New York's Championship Speedway Speedway will be hosting their East Coast U.S. Open National Speedway Championship on September 2nd. NorCal's Chris Kerr will be traveling to New York for that event, and I'm sure he'll do very well. Is that you, Max? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Fantastic. He restarted. All right. Okay, so both of you guys have been up the Champion Speedway in the past, haven't you?
Yeah.
And what do you think of that track up there? Be honest.
I always tend to do very well when I go there, so I don't have no problems with it. Definitely a nice speedway track. I mean, it's backed up in the hills. It's kind of got a cool little atmosphere to it. But you know, if you can get a bunch of quality riders to race on it, it'd be an awesome track.
How about you, Aaron? You been up there?
Yeah, I was there in 2018, and I had a great experience there. The track was prepped very well, very smooth and slow around the bottom, and had developed quite a bit of a dirt line. So not many people running it, and it allowed me to surge ahead. And I won it that year. And that's a tough format that he does. You're doing 2 days, and combined points of 5 riders at the end of the 2 days go into 5 straight main events back to back to back. So there's only 2 or 3 minutes in between those, and not much time for changes. You just fuel up, get back out there, and I won 4 straight on the trot and was able to clinch it early. So it was a good one. It was a fun trip, and it was a good experience afterwards too. Little party.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
The only thing they've got to worry about up there is rain, right? Rain can sometimes come. Fog too. Rain.
I had a night there in 2021 when I won the AMA round there. The main event was raced in some pretty dense fog. I remember. It was pretty gnarly.
Wow. Well, you won. Tell us what you won up there.
Well, I've won the U.S. Open once in, I believe, 2014. Like Aaron said, it's kind of a brutal like main event. You go into like five straight main events or something, and you have every gate once, and you race everybody 5 times. There's only like 2 to 3 minutes in between every race, so you're hectic. I remember when I won it, we didn't even know who won it. It was so back and forth. There was a big thing between me, Sam Malenko, and Chris Kerr. And I remember I had just beaten Chris Kerr by like a point out of it to win the US Open that year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Chris is going up there again, the race. I'm sure he's going to do really well up there. What do you think?
I think Buddy will do great. I think Buddy just likes to ride the bike, and when he gets on, it's a treat.
Very good. Well, thank you guys for joining us here on the chat. And we're going to talk a little bit about the California State Championship coming up this year. Last year, you guys were in the main event. I'm going to play the video from the main on that right now so that everybody gets a chance to see how that race went. It's on the pay-per-view on the .tv, but check out this main event right here.
Heat 35. It's now time for the main event of the 2022 AMA California State Speedway Championship at Industry Hills Speedway, California.
Kind of sped you guys up.
The racers picked their own positions based on points. Billy Janniro took lane 4 against the wall. Max Ruml chose lane 2. Austin Navarrado took lane 3, and Aaron Fox was left with lane 1. This is for the 45th running of the California State Speedway Championship. Who's going to be the winner? Tape up, Billy Janniro lifts off of lane 4 from the wall. Max Ruml takes the whole shot with Aaron Fox right behind him. Janniro breathing down Rummel's neck on the outside. Fox staying low keeps his lead for second in lap 2. Janniro working from the outside. But he's too wide and Fox and Navarrado tighten up. Billy Janniro with a perfect night before the semis falls back to 4th behind the pack. It's Ruml, Fox, Navarrado, and a hard-charging Billy Janniro from behind. Lap 3, turn 2, Fox remembers to stay low, keeping Navarrado behind him. Last lap, Ruml extends his lead. He can taste the victory. The main event goes to Max Ruml, Aaron Fox, Austin Navarrado, and Billy Janniro. Amazing gate selection from Max Ruml. Lane 2, which was fast for him every time he was given it, proved successful tonight.
Forgot about that
one. Max Ruml is the 2022 AMA California State Speedway Champion. Congratulations, Max Ruml, on an incredible showing and your 3rd championship. Aaron.
All right. Yeah, that was a good, memorable race. You forgot about Austin falling down right in front of Aaron.
Holy crap, that was fucking gnarly.
Aaron, I've often said when you stay low, there's no passing you. You know, sometimes you get outside and the guys get under you, but you did really good in that final there. What is it about racing that you got to stay? Tell me a little bit about that if you can remember that night.
Yeah, well, second's a good, finish amongst a group of guys like that. But as you've seen there, I didn't quite have the speed. Max checked out by 4 or 5 bike lengths. So the only thing I can do was to stay inside and protect the line. There wasn't, those 2 guys weren't going around me there. So I didn't quite feel I had the setup that night. Didn't feel like I had the speed. But when you're in the main event against 3 good guys like that, you can't complain.
Well, you were given the pole position just because you didn't get a lane choice, but it actually worked out for you. Sometimes that lane 1, that track is kind of fickle, eh, Max? Sometimes that lane 1 is good. Sometimes lane 2 is better, right?
It just all depends on where you're going with the track, really, and how the bike's reacting to certain areas. I think there's some nights where I feel like the bike is better. No, I just have a better run, or there's just better dirt in 2, and it just works out that way. I always just look for the best spot, and I don't know what choice I had going into that final, but I remember I think I gave somebody the inside, or maybe I didn't. Maybe I was stuck with 2. I'm not sure where I was, but all I know is I was happy with gate 2 that night.
Yeah, it worked out for you just very well. And you guys got 1 and 2, and then Austin got 3rd place there. He's always out there racing like crazy. I showed you that main event for the Speedway Fair Derby. How do you think he rides like that? It's kind of like Kelly Moran right there, right? He's just laying off the back of the bike. The only one I've ever seen really do that contemporarily is Sean McConnell. But I often attribute that to him being so tall, he can rake the bike like that. What do you think, Aaron?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely great, you know, for the fans to see that. They like to see a flamboyant style like that. But it is also important to stay centered on the bike and keep that center point low gravity, so that way you keep the bike tracking. When you unload your weight like that, you're not much moving forward. But I think with what Austin's doing lately is he's either really fast and, you know, he'll be out front, and if he doesn't find himself out in front, I think he's more there to put on a show for the fans, and it's kind of a checkers or wreckers type deal. So
yeah, well, he's had some pretty good races this season, but in AMA round 1, he dug his knee into turn 1 and went out and hurt his throttle hand. I don't think it's healed that well since then, but he has a tendency to just. I've asked his pit, what is it about your racer that he can't just kind of relax into like second or third place and kind of get a feel for the track early in the race? What do you attribute that to, Aaron?
Yeah, he's just become a showman. I think his style, you know, it's big with all the fans, and you know, and especially at Costa Mesa and industry, when he gets out, you know, with a big lead and he's got his legs off and he's on the far outside, fans love to see that. And I think when that gets talked about on social media, he sees that, and I think you know, that's become part of his deal. So like I said, when he's not in the lead, he's gonna put on a show. And you know, we've seen some of the times that you know, he's went down, but you know, he's trying hard, and it's exciting to watch. Sometimes scary being next to him on the track as a rider, but you know, it's fun to watch as a fan for sure.
Where you going, Max?
We're going to dinner. We're gonna go get some dinner.
She driving?
Oh yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, so he's getting on the road. All right, so this Saturday though, big event. You're gonna have a lot of guys out there. You got Billy Janniro, Dylan Ruml, Sean McConnell's going to be out there. Brock Nickel, he's hungry for a race out there. Austin, he's won out there in the past. I hope his hand is doing okay. Of course, you're going to have Alex Martin. You're going to have Slater Lightcap, Russell Green's returning, Louis Merceroli, as Kelly had said. You're going to have a lot of racers out there. Who do you have to look out for this season, Max?
Oh, I think everybody's a threat. That's kind of a very I don't know if that's a good question, because at the end of the day, everybody's quick, and like Louis Merceroli, he's made strides this year to get better and better, and you know, we've seen him in a couple of big main events on big nights. Dylan and Brock, obviously, those two are some of the best right now when it comes to American Speedway. Obviously, we'll have Austin back there. Love racing with Austin. Like Aaron said, at times it could almost be, I don't think scary would be the word I'd say, but definitely intimidating.
Yeah.
Bikes revving at 13,000 RPMs behind you, and it sounds way gnarlier than I think people really think it is. So, yeah. You know, Austin, obviously, Foxy Bingo, I believe you're racing out there. I believe you're doing it.
No, I'm gonna.
No, you're not doing it.
No.
I was gonna say you're the biggest spoiler of us all, really. At the end of the day, you come off of not riding for almost an entire season and come out and start making main events. Yeah, it's possible, very freaking possible. So, you know, I think just everybody that's been in top form lately, everybody's a threat, and you know, you just take it race by race, just like we've been doing, and you know, with being three in a row at industry now, winning 3 main events. The last 2 have been on perfect scores. So
congratulations.
I have good confidence in what we're gonna do, but at the end of the day, there's a job to do, and you know, just take everything race by race and see where we end up at the end of the night. But confidence is high, and I don't think anybody really intimidates me or I really need to watch out. But at the same time, it seems like everybody is. So
Yeah,
that's,
when Dylan returned, he really added a new dimension back into the lineup, did he not?
oh yeah. I mean, Dylan, he's quick in industry. He knows the setup, and he's been working a lot with Aaron Fox as well, and just trying to get setups dialed in with him, and just having somebody that's really knowledgeable about a bike and knows what it takes to be fast. He's kind of a threat having a good mechanic and having a good, like, not to say mentor, but definitely another colleague to look at and go like, hey, like, you think this will work? And I think it brings a little bit more of a dynamic into the sport because obviously I've got a good in tune with Lewis, and Brock obviously has his dad Doug, who's raced professionally for many years, and Dylan finding that last little bit of that last person to kind of just be like, hey, like, here's what I could bounce off of you, and have somebody knowledgeable to either be able to say, I don't think that's going to work, or let's try it. I think it'll do good. I think that's good for him.
Right, Aaron. I remember you've been in Dylan's corner. You've been working with him a little bit, and you guys were there for the Connor Penhall Cup. And what did you do? What do you do in the pits to help Dylan with his racing? What is it that you bring to it?
With the 13 years of experience I have in racing so far, and a couple of years over abroad, I've learned a lot, and I've learned a lot about what the bike does in different conditions, different setups, and things like that. So what Max was talking about, when a track like industry begins to slick off, well, it starts a bit slick, but then it becomes ultra slick throughout the night, and setup's crucial, and one change can make all the difference. So I think being there for Dylan to have him bounce his ideas of setups on me, and get reassurance of the decisions he's making is really helping him. We actually went into round one at Bakersfield with a really good, I think he only dropped 1 point to Max that night, but yeah, win in the main event. And it was just one of those nights where you couldn't miss. We had the setup there from the start, made a couple changes throughout the night, and he's a confidence rider. So when you get him going and you get him in the right state of mind, he's tough to beat.
Yeah, so you helped him out at the round one, but Max, how were you surprised that he came out that quick on you? He won a lot of the heats there. I think it was undefeated. Were you surprised on that?
No, he wasn't undefeated. I beat him in the heat race. It was the main event. Literally, me, Brock, Dylan, and it was me, Brock, Dylan, and Billy. It was literally the main event that we had for a heat race. And I remember I won the heat race, and I was perfect up until the semi. And then Dylan, I think Brock got me in the semi, and Dylan ended up making kind of probably one of his worst starts of the night out of 4, and ended up still being able to just go around the outside of Billy on the boards, which was, we all looked at that and said, no fucking way we're doing that. So when he did that, it was pretty damn impressive. So at that point, Dylan was I was the only person Dylan dropped a point to, and then I had dropped a point to Brock in the semi. So I think that gave him a little bit of confidence there, like, oh, maybe he's fallen off. And then obviously Dylan winning the semi, top on points, he had a good gate choice, and I think he did the right thing with going 4, and he made an absolute banger of a start in a first corner, and at that point it was follow the leader. So he did everything right. He did everything right and everything he needed to do right out of the start in the first lap, and he had won the race. So it was like Aaron said, he's a confidence rider. So if you let that kid build a little bit, and like I said, that semi, when he just went around Billy on the boards like that had to give him the utmost, like, okay, I could do this, no problem. And that was it. It was done from there, realistically. I mean, maybe we could have done something, but at the end of the day, I was happy. Dylan was only a point ahead of me, and then we were, 4 points in front of the next person. So I think it was Brock or Billy. I think they were tied or something, and we were
AMA
pretty
National
confident with that.
Speedway
So.
Championship held at Industry Hills Speed.
Anyway, I just was showing the round 2. No, it's a wrong video. But tell me a little bit about that. Dylan seems, Aaron. Dylan seems like a very confident guy, but you always every race is different, right? It depends on how you wake up, how you're feeling. Tell me about the confidence. How do you give him a little bit of confidence that if he shows up, he needs it?
Yeah, well, that comes all within himself. He's got to be comfortable for one, and having me there to bounce setups off of, getting him into a setup that's comfy but yet fast is important. That night there at round 1, Kern, that motor had about 90 something heats on it, and it was pretty worn out. And I think that's why he was going pretty good, because motors usually go pretty good right before they blow. And he was quick. And like Max said, that was a one-line track because it was so heavy. You needed to make the start, and it was whoever got to the dirt line first was going to win it. I don't think there was too much passing other than when Dylan went around Billy in the semi, which, I was a little frustrated to see him going into turn 3 with full speed going around Billy, because I didn't think he was going to be able to stay on the bike, but he did. And he comes back in the pits and says, well, I had to do that because if not, I don't have first choice in the main, so I needed it. You build his confidence up, you get him comfy, and if you've got him on the right setup, it's, he's contending for wins.
Well, you and Robert have got a good team there to help him out. Here's the point standings from round 1. Max, you were just 1 point behind him at 19 points. And then, Brock down there, 5 points below Dylan. But now we're looking at going in the round 3 up north. And I got you ahead at 40 points with a good lead there, especially against Brock. You got 6 points on him. You're looking pretty favored on that night.
Yeah, I think going into the final round's important. It's I've won it and lost it all in the final round for a couple of years now. So we know what we have to do. We know there's a magic number, and if we can score that magic number, we win. And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal. If we can get to the number that we want to get to, which in doing so would even drop another point to Brock, which would be Brock dropping another point. That would be that'd be a lot easier to achieve. And with the racing and whatnot, I think it's crazy because the last couple of years it's been between me and Billy, just trying to, I've been wanting people to be able to drop points, be able to contend against Billy to make him drop points. But now there's a group of 5 of us that are doing this constantly with each other, and it makes it very interesting. And I think just staying focused on what we need to do, and just taking it race by race and going into this final round, it should be good. I'm confident. 6 point lead, and there's that's a lot of points to make up for one night. But at the end of the day, anything's possible. It's racing, and I've had good ones and I've had bad ones where that's definitely doable. So just need to stay focused on it and keep going.
Speaking of that, I just want to show, because I'm going to be pushing a stream up there for people down here to be able to watch you if they don't make it up there. But stay here. I'm going to go into Heat 7 from last season. You were in it with he says don't play it, but I'm going to play it. This is Heat 7. You were in it. And Aaron sort of turned into a spoiler for you that night. Here, check it out.
I want to see the first start.
This is an XSRA.TV live stream rewind on YouTube from the AMA National Speedway Championship live stream at Auburn's Fast Fridays Motorcycle Speedway, presented by Shark Squad Motorcycle Attorneys. Heat 7 saw Aaron Fox, Max Ruml, Russell Green, and Reese Todd. Fox, coming in behind in points in the series and a first-round win, faced Max Ruml in this heat. Ruml, with a first-round second against Billy Janniro, needed this win to stay up in points. Both Ruml and Fox need points to advance. Tape up Fox with a fast start. Ruml from lane 3 on the outside takes Fox for the lead. Fox in second, Green in third. Lap 2, Ruml in command of the heat. Fox in second. Green goes down in turn 1. Red flag and the restart. Russell Green, off of a first-round win, goes down and is excluded from the heat. Heartbreak from the kid from Roseville.
This exit out of 2 was unbelievable. Wow. Russell Green is up and back into the pits. Wants to come back around and try to do that again.
We saw a lot of chatter on the social media about the track conditions. Well, every track has its own characteristics, and every racer has to race on the same track on the same night. So say what you will about the track, but it's really the racer's capabilities. Enough said. Let's go to the restart.
We're down 1 line and looks like restart over the 50. Get ready to set up. Oh, listen, great job. All right, restart. Coming on.
Restart, Fox, Ruml, and Todd. Reese Todd just happy to be in the event, coming in as a reserve racer.
Russell Green. They're going to start Green. He's out. You've got Aaron Fox in number 2.
Restart, Fox for the whole shot and the lead. Ruml behind on the outside looking for traction. Lap 2, Fox stays low. Ruml stays on his back tire, waiting for Fox to make a mistake. If Aaron Fox can stay low, he can keep Max Ruml behind him. Fox, feeling Ruml behind him, blocks Ruml out into lap 4. It's Fox for the win. Ruml in second, Todd in third. Just what Aaron Fox needed for badly needed points to put him ahead of Gino Manzarek. Ruml needed that extra point as well to keep up with Billy Janniro, but that's racing, folks. On to the next heat. That was an XSRA.TV live stream rewind on YouTube.
Now that's what happens when you get restarts. Restarts are important.
Crushing.
Crushing, right? I mean, you did that in round 2 of the main for the AMA National Championship. I'll play that a little bit, but how often, Aaron, do restarts just change the overall makeup of this of the entire night?
Yeah, I can confirm that. There's not been a single time where I think I've won on a restart that I was initially leading. So those are tough. As you see in that video, Max goes around me in that first one pretty easily. He got a good drive out of 2 there with in the dirt line, and it was a heavy dirt line because the track was hard, firm, and slick. But if you hit that dirt line, you're going for a ride. So that was a tough one because I'm in the points battle for a third place spot on the podium, and I needed to capture some points to catch Gino. And at the same time, I did not want to get in the middle of a title fight with what Max and Billy had going. And unfortunately, that happened to be the difference where he needed that single point for a runoff at the end, I believe.
I don't think you stole it from him. You might have spoiled it, but that's racing, right, Max?
And that's the thing, though, is like that's racing. If it was my night to be in, I was going to do it, that I would have done it again. So I just, rewatching that video, even past, like, even when it happened, just rewatching that video, I made a couple of little mistakes, and there's things I could have done differently to try and get myself to maneuver around and maybe get myself ahead a little bit earlier, or try and do something different in the first corner, or maybe off the first couple of laps. But like Aaron said, the track was heavy and it was a little intimidating to go hit that dirt line again. So when I was already kind of, my pants were a little heavy after that first start anyways. So I wasn't too keen on trying that again, especially with the guy like Aaron, who's, he makes starts at the end of the day. And I think that's a big contribution on his wins, is he can come out and when it counts, make a start. And that's 9 times out of 10, that's the race. So
I will like to add, we had an event, the North versus South event that we had a month and a half ago or so. And the track was similar to how you seen in that video there, just this last month and a half in this North versus South event. And I will say that I remember one heat that Max seemed like he was going twice as fast as what we just saw. And he went around Merceroli in turns 3 and 4 very easily, just like he was standing still. So that was an impressive ride. And I think, Max has learned a lot since last year's AMA final. And, going into this final round is he's set up very nicely.
Well, let's take a look at the main event. There were 2 restarts for the main event at the round 2. Let's take a look at that real quick. And you can see where restarts. You could say that you stole it from Brock, but
well,
anyway,
just to add on that real quick, if the first restart would have never happened, I wonder where Brock would be sitting. I wonder where, because if you look at that if you watch his first restart on the very first start, it doesn't look like I stole anything. It looks like I had it from the first start. Then the second start, he had it.
Yes.
And the start, all of a sudden, we get a fair play again, and it's good to go. And neither crashes were either of our faults. So it's like, it's kind of just luck of the draw. That's how it happened.
Let's show everybody that race.
It's time for the main event of round 2 of the 2023 AMA National Speedway Championship held at Industry Hills Speedway. This is for the win of the event and points before round 3 and the final at Auburn, California's Fast Fridays Motorcycle Speedway on September 16th, 2023. Max Ruml in lane 1, Louis Merceroli in lane 2, Slater Lightcap lane 3, and Brock Nickel lane 4 against the wall. Nickel could take everyone from outside on the wall. He's raced very good there tonight with just 1 loss to Max Ruml. Ruml on the pole, unbeaten all night. He's hot tonight and he's not going to give up easy. But he knows he's going to have to work for it. Merceroli has already shown up tonight. Lane 2 could be good for him if he gets a fast start. Lightcap in lane 3, the youngest racer on the track, beat Janniro for second in the semis. He could surprise everyone. Tape up, Ruml fast off the pole. Merceroli matched him up. Nickel from the outside pinches out Lightcap and swings wide on the outside. Turn 3, Merceroli gets in the Lightcap's back tire and goes down, taking Nickel down with him. Red flag. But everything was okay and the racers got up uninjured. The referee called for a full restart. Nickel would get a second chance at Ruml.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Merceroli hit the back tire. Slater's back tire. That was
Lightcap hit him.
Yeah. Did Lightcap hit him or Merceroli just hit him? There you go. Here's your restart.
Restart. Tape up. Nickel flying off the wall. Crosses traffic to stay tight on the turn. On the outside of Ruml, he takes the lead into turn 3. Ruml bobbles a bit and recovers. Merceroli in third. Lightcap behind. Lap 2, Nickel winding it out, increases his lead. Ruml watching his perfect night get away from him. Merceroli in third. Lightcap in the rear, going wide. Into lap 3, it's Nickel, Ruml, Merceroli, and Lightcap. Brock Nickel has been working hard for this, and he can taste the win. Through the back straight and headed for lap 4. Lightcap goes down. Slater Lightcap fell into the crash wall in turn 3. The race is red flagged.
I don't even know what happened there.
Fortunately, Lightcap got up. He's uninjured, but his bike is bent up.
All right, this will be interesting. See what happens here.
The referee determines the cause of the red flag is Slater Lightcap. Lightcap is eliminated from the heat, and the ref calls for a restart. This time with only 3 racers, Max Ruml, Louis Merceroli, and Brock Nickel. Could Nickel do it again? He almost had the win. He would really need to bring it this time. Max Ruml and Louis Merceroli were also getting a 3rd chance at the bit. Restart 2. Tape up. Nickel shooting off the wall again. Ruml ready for him, pinned it into turn 1 and got the whole shot. Nickel goes wide for traction and slingshots around Merceroli to chase down Ruml. Into lap 2. Ruml riding the perfect line on the track. Nickel goes wide again and Merceroli sees an opportunity. Nickel saw that and closes the door on Merceroli into turn 3. Lap 3. Ruml is unstoppable. Nickel racing on his line, trying to keep deep into the track. Inside the tube, he loses momentum. Ruml widens his lead. It's going to be Max Ruml, totally undefeated in round 2 of the AMA National Championship event here at Industry Hills Speedway.
Yeah, that's some great racing right there. Great racing. But there's the restarts, right? You had it, you lost it, you got it back.
Yeah, I mean, that's all part of racing. And at the end of the day, I've probably lost more races because of restarts than I've won. So at the end of the day, I think that's kind of like I said, it's just all part of it. And at the end of the day, it's racing. So I was able to come away with it. I was able to keep the composure and do it again, and that was that. So it was a good night, and I'm super stoked on how it all ended up. And yeah, now we have instead of a 5-point lead, we have a 6-point lead going into the final. So that's where it puts us, and that's what I'm looking forward to now.
So what are you thinking there, Aaron?
Yeah, obviously it's tough. You're in the heat of the moment. And you gotta make 3 starts. It's always going to be tough. And like Max said, I think I can agree with him and attest to that I think I've lost more races on restarts than I've won. So they're tough. You got to be perfect on each one. And when you're doing each start, your start pad, your start rut, everything changes each time. So, you got to be good on either one. And, you got to treat each one as its own race. So the result is the result, and we're still set up for a good final round coming into round 3 at Fast Fridays.
Are you going to be working with Dylan this Saturday night, Aaron?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it this Saturday. I've got some things going, so I don't think I'll be there. But
well, you'll be missed. Hey, Max, can you turn your dome light on so we can see you? There you go. I know Dylan's going to be racing in this. Have you spoke to him, Max? I know he's hungry to get back out there.
Yeah, no, he rode the Junior Kurtz Memorial Cup. He got his feet wet again and started getting into the motions. I think when it comes down to it, he'll be just as fast as anyone and just another guy on the track to try and beat. So at the end of the day,
getting his feet wet is how he got injured in the first place. So let's hope he doesn't do that again.
Yeah,
that was good, Ken.
That was a good one.
Yeah, well, sorry, Dylan. But anyway, it'd be great to see you guys out there this Saturday out at the Industry Hills Speedway for the California State Speedway Championships. And good luck, Max. I know you like a fourth one, but all those other guys are hungry. Let me just ask you about this kid Slater Lightcap. Like you, when I first started going around the speedway, you were one of these young guys in the juniors, and Aaron was racing up in the pros, and then you got in there and you started racing against Aaron and beating him. How is it racing with this Slater Lightcap? Because I know he's taken you in a couple heats, and I know you're not giving it to him.
No. Slater's doing awesome. You know, he's had a year under his belt. He's coming into this year pretty strong. Kid's got good equipment and, you know, a good mindset to try to, you know, he wants to win. So at the end of the day, I think just having those two things, you know, decent equipment and the mindset to want to win, you can go pretty far. So he's quick. I don't put anything past him to be a spoiler and some of the things, but when it comes down to it, main events are a different animal that takes a little bit of a different breed to get after it. So, you know, as soon as he adapts that mindset for a main event, he'll be a pretty hard one to beat. But until then, it's kind of game on and just kind of show what racing for a main event is really like. You know, I think there's a different mentality when you go into a main event, and I think he just needs a little bit of learning, and just as soon as he figures that out, he'll be a pretty tough one to beat.
He's very, very, very good. I'm so impressed by him being so young and being up there. But I saw you doing the same thing, Max, and you're still killing it. And there's a hell of a lot of more years left in you. You got Bobby Boogaloo Schwartz out there at 67 years old, still spinning laps. It's just an incredible sport, and it is a very important sport, right, Aaron? I mean, a lot of people have kind of fallen away from speedway racing to look at other things. Motocross has taken, you know, a lot of limelight. This year is the 100th year of Speedway. Supercross is 50 years old. NASCAR is 75 years old. But about the importance of this sport, just give us a little bit of what you would like to tell the fans of why it's such an important sport for people to pay attention to.
Yeah, obviously it's one of the most exciting. It's not like anything else. You know, a 150-pound motorcycle with 80 horsepower or with no brakes, runs on alcohol. It's exciting. You know, dirt in the beer for the fans. Yeah, we need to get it going back again in the States here, and you know, we need to keep these riders you know, going and compensated, and we need to have bigger quality events. And, you know, I think it'll keep going. We need, you know, if everyone contributes a little bit and does their part, you know, we need to keep taking a step forward.
Yeah. Now you both have raced for Team USA. You both have raced overseas on the bigger tracks. You see all of the fan base over there. It's just huge. We've got two racers over there racing right now. We got Gino Manzares racing in Sweden, and we got Luke Becker, who's just in the Speedway Grand Prix qualifiers. He just missed it by a little bit, but I got a couple of videos here that I stole off of the internet that I want to play. Let's play Gino racing in this race in Sweden right here, and then I get a little bit of comment from you guys right after that. Here we go.
Yes!
Gino's running in second place right now. Now Gino got second place in that, but look at the size of that track. What is it like to open up the bike like that? You know, our tracks are so small. I know you open them up, but you don't keep the throttle open, pulled back for so long as they do. Max, just tell me, you were in the Speedway of Nations with Luke the last time. Tell me, what is it like to race like that?
Oh, well, I mean, racing on bigger tracks is just it's a whole different world. It takes a little bit of a different breed of a rider to be able to be confident and quick on something like that. You know, the tracks are bigger, everything's more fast paced, and it almost happens in slow motion, but it's so but 5 times fast. You know, it's insane. It's like I said, it's a whole different sport when it comes to tracks that big, and you're changing and adapting your riding style, and sometimes, you know, just as well as on the small tracks, but on the big tracks, it's the little things that matter, and those little changes you make throughout a night is what makes all the difference in the world, and being comfortable and confident on the bike. And you know, just having equipment and a setup that works is just super important, and having the knowledge to put it all together is just as important as, you know, having the setup and the confidence. So like I said, it's just a whole different world, and you know, you have to be there to do it. You have to be over there doing it to do it.
Yeah. How about you, Aaron? Tell what do you think of that? Because I'm going to go to a heat from Luke from just this last 22nd, just last Tuesday. But
yeah, yeah. So in that clip that you just showed of Gino, that was him that won that race. You know, for his Danish club, I think that was one of his last heats of the night. But on subject here, riding these big tracks, like Max said, it seems to happen in slow motion, but your speed is so high. So the bikes react entirely different. You got completely different motor setups than you run on, you know, stateside with the small tracks. So it's a huge learning curve. You know, it's tough, but once you get things clicking and you've got the motors, you've got the right cams, the right setups, and you're, you know, in the ballpark on the setup for each venue, because that's important. You know, it's really fun. So it's hard to do. It's challenging. Everyone over there is very fast. Everyone wants to win, and yeah, it's super fun.
Okay, I'm remiss on that. Gino won it. I got Billy Janniro on the line saying, "Gino won that race, you bastard." So let's look at another one of our great racers over there, American racers racing in Sweden. It is Luke Becker. Watch how he wrestles this win, and talk about fast. This is an amazing race right here. I'll go to it right now and we'll come back.
Finns med där, för idag är det också press på axlarna. Ljung, Lindbäck, Janniro och Becker, hit nummer 2. Ljung startar fint från innerbanan. Se om Luke Becker kan följa med där från bana 4. Men där rutinerade Ljung i täten. Har Becker och Lindbäck bakom sig. Enermark just nu på en 4:e plats. ...41 år blir han den 30 oktober, Peter Ljung, och han leder just nu hårt uppvaktad av en amerikan i form av Luke Becker. En Ljung håller alltjämt undan, Lindbäck tätt bakom också. Han får göra skäl för lönen just nu, smålänningen som leder för Becker och Lindbäck. Men där kan de två Rosbergsförarna passera och Ljung går omkull. Dramatik när Ljung går omkull, men han hoppar upp och kan åka av för egen maskin. Becker och Lindbäck ser ut att svara direkt då med en 5-1 för sitt Rospiggarna, vilket gör lika på 6 här efter 2 avklarade hit. Målgång Luke Becker, Antoni Lindbäck tar 5-1 för Einermark.
There you go. That was Luke Becker and Team Racing over there. with Antonio Lindbeck. And man, those guys from the outside, Becker's always quick from the outside, but those are speeds that people over here just don't get a chance to see because of the sizes of the track, right? Aaron?
Yeah, absolutely. Luke's known for his raw speed. He was partnered up there with Antonio Lindbeck, which is a former GP star and has won many GPs. So, he's extremely quick. We just saw him in the Speedway Grand Prix Challenge qualifier, which was the final stage in which they take 3 riders from that into the next 2024 Speedway Grand Prix Series. And make note that that challenge had 16 riders, of which qualified from 3 or 4 different stages before. So Luke was amongst the best of the best, and to score 9 points like he did was fantastic. He could have been in that top 3, but you got to be sharp. You're with 16 of the best, and you got to be making starts. And he was close, but there's no doubt that he'll be there in the future.
Max, you've raced with Luke the last couple seasons over there for Speedway of Nations and GP qualifiers. What is it like for you to come from our smaller tracks than to just pour it on in those big ones?
Well, I mean, like I said, to go over there, it's a whole different world. You're changing everything, your style, your setups, the whole thing is just different. So when you go over there and you race those guys who are kind of on pace already, have the setups and kind of are dialed in, it's hard to get confidence and do the things that he's doing. Luke he's in shape. I mean, he's light, he's fast, he's got good people behind him and loads of confidence with all the racing he's doing over there. So at the end of the day, it doesn't surprise me with how well he's doing. It's more or less kind of like kicking me in the butt, saying like, damn, he's doing it, so it's cool to see. It's awesome. I have the utmost respect for Luke and what he's doing and how he's kind of carrying the USA name for us Americans over there. And, it's definitely showing that, he's going to be a very top contender in the world. Like literally he beat, I think he got past and repassed Robert Lambert, who's, I believe he's top 3, top 4 in the world right now. So, if you have the capability and the speed and the confidence to do that, then, there's no stopping you. It's all race by race, and, good on him. And I can't wait to see what he continues to do and grows. And I'm assuming and just kind of speaking for the rest of us and saying that, we all support it and we all want to see him do good. So it's awesome to see. And like I said, just going over there and racing with those guys, it's a different world, and you have to be ready for that. And to be competitive, you have to be there being competitive. So
right,
it's tough.
Well, for what you say, you've got a lot of respect for him. I myself have a lot of respect for you guys being out on the track, racing the way you do. And it's a dangerous sport, and you guys make it look easy. It's not easy. And I think that I do this out of respect for what you guys are doing. And I want a lot more people to come back to the track and watch you race. But if they can't get to the track, it is a little bit of a promo. You can watch rounds 1 and 2 of the AMA National Speedway Championship on video on demand, xsra.tv. You can also go to the YouTube channel for free and just be a subscriber and see the news reports I put up. But you can watch Max Ruml race against the other guys in Speedway when we stream from round 3 of the finals on Saturday, September 16th, up there at Fast Fridays Motorcycle Speedway. And I'll have another chat before that race coming up. Max, I hope you'll join. I'll try to get some guys like Billy Janniro back on here to talk about that. And we'll do that before the race then. But I want to thank you guys very much for joining Speedway Chat Live. I'd love to have you guys come back and talk about racing. talk about what you're witnessing, having going on. Billy Janniro says that Max's truck is not going to start because the battery is going dead.
I'm in the missus's Volkswagen Jetta, German engineering. That this thing will last forever.
Well, anyway, we're having fun here. Billy, I would like you to get on. I know that you're building a house, but I'd really like you to come on and talk about Speedway up there and up north. But I want to thank you both for coming on, and we'll see you at the track next Saturday. This Saturday coming up. Aaron, I don't know where you're going to be, but enjoy the whatever. Are you going to go to a country western concert again?
No, we got a gender reveal party. We have a child due in February, so we got the reveal.
Oh, that's for you.
That afternoon, and we'll see if my wife lets me leave early from that. Maybe I can get down there later on to watch some races.
Well, good luck. I don't know, boy or girl. I know you're just going to have a wonderful baby, and you'll totally enjoy it. Mine's 19 years old, so they're wonderful to have. I want to thank Vladimir Kruk for giving me those videos or showing me where to get those videos that I stole, that I could show everybody what Gino is doing over there, as well as Luke Becker. We'll do more of that on Speedway Chat Live. Everybody, please come and subscribe to the YouTube channel, like and follow the Facebook page. I do share a lot of other people's content. That's because when you sharing is caring. So I thank you, and have a good race this Saturday, Max. I'll see you there at the track. Aaron, good luck with the baby reveal. Maybe you have twins.
No.
That'd be your luck, buddy.
No, it's just one. Uno.
All right.
All right. Well, one might be hiding. All right. All right, Max. Thank you very much. I'll see you Saturday. All right, Aaron. Bye-bye.
Again, thanks for having me. Max, good luck this Saturday, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. You as well, buddy.
All right. Bye. Bye, guys. All right. That's it for episode 21 here of Speedway Chat Live. I want to tell everybody thank you very much. I went a little bit over time. I still don't have enough time for Matt Damon. I want to apologize to him. But usually I like to do these about 1 hour. But when you get guys on like that, Max and Aaron Fox, to talk about Speedway, it helps everybody understand what's going on. Remember, if you can't make it to the track, bring the track to you on xsra.tv. There'll be more information about this live stream that I'll be pushing again from Auburn's Fast Fridays for the world to see. That's everybody outside of America, the rest of the world. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining. Thanks for everything. And Eddie Castro, we'll see you Saturday. And all right, let's I'm getting out of here. He's a man on a mission as he smoked the track with Billy Janniro riding excellent.
XSRA TV. Watch Speedway, Southern California. Yeah.
Watch American Speedway on xsra.tv.
Hello, I'm American Speedway fans from America.